Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Life on the Flipside. How are we all doing? Before I do anything, I would like to thank Rob Parks. He sent in a super chat just before we went live saying, Crafty, you need to come over to Texas and set those folks straight on abortion. Yes, I fucking do. I will be doing a proper Keela Talks on abortion. Especially what's happening over in Texas right now. And I'm hoping to have someone from the local Planned Parenthood on with me. So that will be discussed on this channel. I'm not forgetting about it. I'm not pretending that it's not important. It is. It's really, really important. So yeah, I will be doing something proper on that. But yay, we're back another week. And I have with me my co-host for today and for always, Stephen Reason. How are you doing?
Hey, Crafty, how you doing? I'm doing fantastic.
I'm in a weird mood.
Yeah, mood. I can tell you're in one of those snippy kind of moods, I guess.
Yeah, I really am.
We're gonna get a load of it tonight. I got a feeling, for sure. But yeah, well, I'm really good.
I have this, and I go straight into agree to disagree, and watching someone fail at trying to explain isochrone dating.
So my!
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So you're getting a head start on it all.
Yeah. So we may have to end a little bit early, but not too much. So yeah.
No. Anyway. No worries. No worries.
What's the story? How's your week been?
My week's been really good, actually. I had my very first live stream on my channel, which is going to be something that'll happen every week. It was a blast. Everybody from this crowd came over and joined me. We had a great time. I can't wait for next week. And I got a new video coming out after the show tonight, 8:15. So watch for that premiere.
Yeah, I was stuck on the motorway. Clive Wells asked if I'm angry with them. But I got to speak to Chris Shapley last night and set the record straight that I don't want all vets killed. So that was good. That was a good thing.
Yeah, absolutely. And we have back with us again a Sableagle. How are you doing, sir?
Oh God, not him again. You have got to get different guests on.
Have you been listening to Tusk?
Yeah, sometimes. He cooks, you know.
Yeah, don't listen to Tusk.
He made a meal quite recently that was, various ingredients, little bite-sized pieces, everything in little bite-sized pieces. Quite a lot of tomato paste and a large quantity of a dairy product. And I told him, if you roll out some bread dough really thin and then let it rise a bit, and then spread that stuff he'd made out on top of it and baked it in the oven, it might make a good meal for movie nights. And he agreed.
Yeah, so he's a closet pizza lover.
Yeah,
he listened to some. Oh yeah. Don't call it a pizza though. Don't call it a pizza. You trick him into doing this thing, but you don't call it a pizza. He'll see through that.
Well, it's not a real pizza if it's got tomato on it.
Well, there you go.
Yeah,
it's a pizza. Shh.
Oh, look, Tusk, stop talking about yourself, please. Stop talking about yourself. We love you, really. We do.
Everybody loves Tusk. Isn't that right, folks?
Yes, even the non-existent dragon that he's not allowed to have.
That's right. Everybody send a heart to Tusk. Tell him we love him. Please don't.
His head is already as big as fucking New York. Please don't. I'm joking. So what's been up? How have you been, Sable?
Pretty much the same as ever. Taking a long time to get over the last bike ride. I got a little carried away on the last bike ride.
What did you do?
I went all the way to the top of the valley and made the very embarrassing mistake. I knew exactly where on the map the very top of the river is. When I got there, I thought, that can't be it. There's no water in it. So I carried on to the next one and thought, there we go. There's some water. And yacked on about this being the top of the river, and then looked, hang on, it's supposed to be the top of another river 300 meters north of here, and I can't see. Oh, bollocks. rocks.
You went to the wrong
Can,
river.
That pile
can
of
you say
rock behind
lost?
it. Yeah. Well, not exactly lost. It's just on the map. There is a track that goes up at an angle up the slope, across the very top of the River Ure, and then stops. And then beyond that is the very top of the River Eden. And I cycled up this track to where I thought the top of the River Ure should be, and sure enough, there's this ditch full of rocks, and the track carries on. It hasn't stopped yet, so I carried on up the track, and then I found a stream, and then I couldn't see another one. So, well, I guess this is it then.
So you went to the top of the Garden of Eden.
River Eden, Valley Eden, not the Garden of Eden. But yeah,
There's a difference. Can
I
you prove
think
it? Can you
Garden
prove
of
it?
Eden, by description, would be somewhere
Natural
in the-
wildlife. Natural wildlife. We don't know what the Garden of Eden was, or if it even existed, but still.
Isn't it supposed to be at the
Eden.
junction of the Tigris and Euphrates?
I don't know. I don't care.
Because if it is, technically that's somewhere southeast of Kuwait.
I still don't care. Like, I don't believe in fairy tales. But anyway.
Yeah.
Which would mean it's actually still buried under the flood. Because it's under the Persian Gulf, isn't it?
Nice. So what did you do when you got there? Did you just like turn back and be like, oh shit, I went too far?
Well, no, I'd already
you
made
die
the video.
now.
I thought, what the heck, it's a good video, even if it's wrong. I'll post it anyway. Sat and had a picnic on a rock, just admiring the view down the Eden Valley. I put the camera away to get my lunch out. And I think it's 1 minute and 33 seconds from when I stopped recording. So, stop recording, turn off camera, put on lens cap, put it in the bag, zip up the bag, put it in the rucksack, get the water bottle out, get the camera back out of the rucksack, unzip it, take it back out, take the lens cap off, turn it back on, start recording again, because there's a C-130 Hercules coming up the valley, lower altitude than me. I've got a beautiful view down into the cockpit as he goes past.
Nice.
Oh, great.
Nice.
But having done that, I went back down into this valley and then up into one of the tributaries, back down and back over the crest of the Pennines to the other side, but farther south. So I'm looking into Lancashire rather than Scotland. And back down and then over again. I was just going to get the view from the west side of the Pennines. I was just going to go onto the watershed and say, look, everything that way runs out into the North Sea and everything on this side goes out into the Irish Sea. But as I got onto the top, there was this view of Ingleborough Hill in front of me. And that is just beautiful from up there. And the scenery was gorgeous and the air was clear and it was this beautiful late afternoon. I thought there is no way I am not getting closer to that and getting all three peaks. So I rode down into Ribblesdale and then I rode down Ribblesdale and the sun set and I kept going. And at this point, I'm the wrong side of the Pennine. Well, the west side of the Pennines. It's not wrong. It's just the other side.
So the wrong side. The wrong side.
Yeah.
Let's just be honest.
Yeah, I'm next to a river that runs out into sea in the foreground of that photograph that convinced Ranty. And I ought to be next to a river that runs through York. And it's getting dark.
So the word screwed comes into mind.
Well, trains are a wonderful invention.
This is true. And you're allowed to bring your bike on the train, which you're not allowed on a bus. Screw buses.
Oh, yeah.
Just saying. But yeah, I wanted really quickly because I don't want this taking up the entire thing. But there has been some controversy in the community recently regarding
Sure.
Sleeping Warrior, and we do need to talk about it. We really, really need to talk about it. So before I go any further, I do want to show you guys this. Sleeping Warrior says, I've been targeting the kids for years. If you think that sounds dodgy, it suggests more about you than it does me. Best thing is we are on there and applying the troll tactics learned on YouTube. We act as children and talk about how our teacher was concerned when we asked him these questions. You are all scummy trolls. So you scummy trolls will never be able to find us. It's beautiful. When the time comes, you will realize it's us. But right now, just know that we are all over TikTok and telling kids how Newton is not science anymore, that Einstein is, and both are false dichotomies and correlative only. The egg test is getting around and the kids get it instantly. Right. So who wants to go first?
Quick correction. It says cornered, not concerned.
Sorry.
It says the teacher was cornered, which is
Yes.
they're encouraging kids to try to corner the teachers. It does occur to me, seeing this, that this might actually be a lie trying to trick us into getting into arguments with kids on TikTok.
Well, I
That's
mean,
exactly what it is.
Probably. But again, it's Sleeping Warrior. The guy who pissed on a stream because he's too lazy to get up off his ass and he couldn't even mute his mic. Like, he is all levels of scum. He is all levels of scum. So this is
the guy who lost a court case because he argued that he didn't need to have insurance to drive a minibus full of people around, as long as he also had the company mobile phone in the minibus and was using the minibus to transport the company mobile phone at the same time.
Yeah. So the main thing there, and the Flurfs don't get why we're so upset about this. The issue isn't that he's talking to children about flat Earth. That's not the issue, although that is an issue that really needs to be discussed, about whether or not you have the authority and the permission to go behind parents' back and talk to their children about anything as a fucking grown adult. Mm-hmm. But it's the idea that he is pretending, even to pretend to be a child in order to talk to children is fucking scummy. Even to suggest that you're doing this. But to actually go and do it, yeah, I do believe he's doing it. I would, with most people, I would say, no, they're trolling. With fucking Sleeping Warrior, I actually believe that he's capable of this. I genuinely do, and that scares me. Now, I was listening to Flurfspective a little bit this morning when I woke up, and he had Write the Hand on, and right in his Discord, and Write the Hand was saying, you know, first of all, he was blaming the parents. You're letting your children on TikTok. But the problem with that is, if your children are on TikTok and they think they're talking to children, that's the issue.
Yeah.
And the parent says, well, who's that? How old are they? And they say, they've told me they're 12, or they told me they were 15. Yeah, he has to get another fucking visit from the police. He has to. Like, this goes one step beyond. What was even more sick than that was Write the Hand was suggesting that it's okay for Sleeping Warrior to do this because teachers are just as bad, and if not worse.
And that's what really pissed me off. How dare he say that about teachers?
Say what you want, man. Say what you want.
Well, I didn't spend years and years training to be a teacher and spend the last 20 years in the classroom to be told that I'm a scumbag like him.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but I'm not fucking buying that. I take great offense to that. And I'd like to see him fucking say it to my face, or any teacher's face, and he'll get his teeth clawed, jammed right down his throat.
But it's the idea that, okay, we can talk about indoctrination, all right? But my point was this. First of all, whether you agree with what teachers are teaching, they don't control it. So whether you agree with that or not, it's not really your gripe isn't with teachers teaching the curriculum that they are employed to teach. But the bigger issue that I have that people are fucking in the Flurf community are missing is the idea that it's okay to pretend to be a child. Teachers do not pretend to be children in order to get children to listen to their point of view. They don't have to. And if you believe in what you're saying, you wouldn't need to either. You would allow the ideas to speak for themselves. You wouldn't be trying to pretend and manipulate children into listening to your point of view. That's my point.
Yeah. And any teacher who's worth his salt, if he was confronted with that kind of an argument from one of his students, he would present that argument in a way that makes that student realize just how wrong it is.
Well,
you know what I mean?
What was more insulting is Write the Hand was like, Well, what do you want me to do? Make a video? Yes, motherfucker. Make a fucking video and say what he is doing is fucking disgusting. Go, do it. Do it. If it was any one of us, if Simon Dan tomorrow came out and said, I pretended to be a child to speak to children on a social media platform, they would all be saying, oh, but what do you think about this? What do you think about, why aren't you coming out against this? Why aren't you coming out? So yeah, I'm going to hold the fucking same standard. Sleeping Warrior, whether you follow them or not, whether you support them or not, is a member of your community and a serious fucking essential part of the flat earth community. So yes, when he comes out with, I pretend to be a child to speak to children, yes, fucker, come out, make a fucking video, put fucking stuff in the comment section saying, I do not support this, this is disgusting. Yes, that is the basic, that is the least that you fuckers can do that have a channel or that fucking talk on live streams. What Sleeping Warrior has done is fucking disgusting. Literally, that sentence, where is it? Where is it from the Flurfs? Where is it? I'm struggling to see it. But if it was us, if it was someone from our side, it's like, well, why aren't you saying this? Why aren't you saying that? Why are you protecting this person? It's the same fucking thing.
Yeah. But every argument that Right the Hand was making was just another way of saying, well, I can do what I want, and if it's wrong, well, then it's your fault because whatever.
The law disagrees with you, motherfucker. The law disagrees.
Is that a bit like him saying he can beat up women and hold them down and impose his will on them, and it's their fault for not being strong enough to put him in a headlock?
Yeah. Well, you didn't report me, so I'm okay.
It's Right the Hand. I don't know if it was Right the Hand, but someone was talking shit about women and then went up against a female wrestler and got their asses
was
handed.
Right the Hand.
Was
That's
it?
why I brought it up. He in fact saying it. He's trained in martial arts and moved to him because he's strong, and
promptly got his ass beat down.
But they did raise at some point something about it. Someone was talking about grooming. That when you're pretending to be someone you're not, to talk to children, that is an instance of grooming. And he was trying to make the point that it's not grooming unless there's sexual intent in there. No, that's not how the law works, douchebag. No. Like that's not true.
No.
That is really not true, Right the Hand. Go fuck yourself. For even suggesting that trying to manipulate, especially emotionally manipulate a child by pretending to be a child can't be against the law. Actually, yes, it is. By impersonating a child to talk to children, that is literally what predatory behavior is. Now, having said that, people said the same thing about Nathan Thompson when he went to the school. Nathan Thompson, and I can't believe I'm fucking saying this, Nathan Thompson is actually 1 or 2 steps above Sleeping Warrior now, because Nathan Thompson didn't pretend to be a fucking child.
No,
he didn't pretend to be a child.
He just went out to be the idiot that he is naturally.
Yeah, exactly. And yes, you shouldn't be allowed to talk to other people's children unless you have express permission from their parents, right. Particularly about ideas of religion and science. You shouldn't be allowed to do it unless you have permission from their parents. That's just a basic fact of life. That's just common courtesy. Because when you do it, but what he did, what Sleeping Warrior did was engage in predatory behavior. Doesn't mean it's sexual predatory behavior, but predatory behavior. And yes, that is against the law. When you pretend to be a child to talk to children, to emotionally manipulate them into not believing the adult figures around them, that is predatory behavior. Trust me, and only me. That is predatory behavior. It doesn't need to be sexual to be grooming. I want to make that point very fucking clear. It does not need to be sexual in order to be considered grooming or predatory behavior. Maybe it was just a joke to get people up in arms, but even pretending is bad enough.
Yeah.
It's fucking nasty. What the fuck?
I just
Actually,
don't get it.
Ignore the teachers and the experts and the people with qualifications and trust what I tell you and only what I tell you. Wasn't that what Donald Dump was saying about things like ivermectin and hydroxychloroquine last year?
Pretty much. Pretty much.
How did that
Forget
work out?
the experts. Yeah, forget the experts. Just listen to me. I'm the hillbilly who knows it all.
Tusk for £5 says, we have family coming to visit, so gotta go tidy, have fun, and try to stay awake. Hey! P.S. The goat is in the picture above Score's left shoulder. No, it's not.
No. Sorry,
not.
Tusk.
So you were wrong again. Sorry, Tusk.
Yeah.
And plus, by guessing it now before the intro plays for Spot the Goat, you would have lost anyway. So
Yeah. No. I think what gets me most about this whole situation is they're trying to make teachers out to be the bad people. That really pisses me off. If they had even a half an inkling of what it takes to be a teacher and what it takes to continue to be a good teacher, they wouldn't say shit like that.
They don't understand hard work. They don't understand what hard work is. That's
They don't,
why it's so easy.
they don't understand anything. And that's the problem. They assume, they blame teachers because they can't understand something. Well, that's not the teacher's fault. They tried to teach it to you. You didn't learn it.
Yep.
That's what makes you ignorant. But don't blame your teacher for that.
Taddy is asking, I wonder if the Computer Misuse Act in 1990 would be applicable here. I don't know.
That's a good question, Taddy.
Mr. E-Man says, I would say that Sleeping Warrior is trying to engage with people of his intellectual equals. However, he is not pretending to be a cockroach. He is a cockroach. That is true. And in fairness, 12-year-olds are not his intellectual equals. They are superior to him in every way. Just going to say that right now.
Absolutely. I mean, the guy tried to pass off probably the worst, most feeble attempt at a paper as a thesis. He's a laughing stock, and everybody knows it.
Clive says Riley was in the chat of Black Belt Barrister this morning, who answers questions on UK law. It might be good to ask him about social SW's behavior. Probably, in fairness, like if I knew where the cunt lived, I would send the guards around myself, just on the basis of that fucking that thing. I mean, I don't mind. I don't mind so much that they're trying to educate people about flat Earth. That's not the point. That is so not the point. The point is he is pretending to be a child in order to engage with children. That is the very definition of predatory behavior. When you have to pretend to be a child and you have no you don't believe that the child will understand unless or is willing to engage unless they think that you're a child too. That's predatory behavior. You're automatically trying to manipulate the child into doing what you want by pretending, by deceiving them.
Yeah.
And there's a nice jail cell with fucking Sleeping Warrior's name on it.
And I hope it gets filled really soon. I think Carl has a point here. They know they have lost, so they attack those that have the least reason to lie. I think he's got a point. What do you think?
Sable, what do you think?
I was looking at Mystery Man's comment further up where he's talking about Sleeping Warrior being a cockroach, and I think that's fair. But I should point out that cockroaches and earwigs are actually really devoted and protective parents. So don't call Nathan Oakley a cockroach or an earwig. That's insulting to the arthropod.
It really is insulting to them. Definitely.
Yeah, absolutely.
In fairness, anything other than probably a flea. Even with fleas, they're fucking more intelligent than these pricks.
But to willfully deceive and then try to manipulate children who are very, very impressionable and who depend on their teachers and their parents for guidance, there's just something so creepily wrong about that. Oh,
As I said, there is a jail cell with Sleeping Warrior's name on it, and he's getting fucking closer to it. And I mean, if it was me, just based on his confession, I would have the police around to his door if I knew where he fucking lived. I would be reporting him because that
yeah.
is sick. That is fucking
Yeah.
sick. Like,
Well,
okay, so here's something, and it might spill over into the abortion discussion. So, people know I was raped. I've talked about that many times before. I got pregnant for the rape. I had the abortion. But what a lot of people don't realize was the guy who raped me in the August was arrested in the May prior for pretending to be a 17-year-old on Bebo when Bebo was a thing. He pretended to be a 17-year-old to a 13-year-old girl and offer her guitar lessons. Took her into his home where he proceeded to rape her. Now, the police arrested him on that. He got, instead of actually getting rape of a minor, he got defilement of a minor, and they let him go pending trial. His trial was not until the October of that year.
geez, so he went out and did it again, and you were
Yep.
his victim.
Exactly.
Jeez.
So the idea that, but the whole point of it was right up until that point where he met that child, there was never anything sexual in what he said. They were talking about music. They were talking about learning the guitar. They were talking about normal stuff. He was 25, pretending to be 17. But there was never anything sexual in it right up until she walked through his door. So the idea that Sleeping Warrior isn't doing anything wrong by pretending to be a child is bullshit, because it will end up where children are put into very dangerous circumstances. And it doesn't mean that just because he's not saying anything sexual now doesn't mean that he won't in the future, or that it won't turn, or that he won't put people into dangerous positions. Can you imagine if a child turned up at the fucking flat earth thing of the year or whatever they're fucking doing and someone else does something to them? Well, that's on Sleeping Warrior, isn't it?
I would think so.
If they're telling their parents that they're going to a class trip or whatever, and the parents let them go because they think Sleeping Warrior is a child, or the parent of the child that they've been talking to, and something happens to that kid, that's on Sleeping Warrior. Hate to say it. So just because there's nothing explicitly sexual right now of what he's saying to people, it doesn't mean that there won't be in the future, or that children will not be put into danger by what he is saying to them, because we don't know what he's saying to them. All we know is what he's admitted to. That's the problem, guys. We can't see his DMs. We don't know what he's saying. I mean, the blame the parents situation again. It's basically blaming the victim. If you have built up a rapport with people, let's say he's been talking to a 15-year-old girl, right? And he calls the parents as the parent of the child that their child thinks they're speaking to when they're really speaking to him. And assuages the parent and convinces the parents, yeah, I'm a normal guy. I have this child who's talking to your child. Let your child come over and talk to us. And something happens to that child. No, it's not on the fucking parents. It is on Warrior. It is on fucking Anthony Riley. I'm sorry. You can't blame the parents for fucking trusting people. When a manipulative, evil little cunt like fucking Anthony Riley has them convinced that this is normal. I'm sorry. I can't follow the victim blaming bullshit that people seem to be going down. Like, children are convinced not to talk to people that they don't know, to adults that they don't want to know, and they're looking out for adults. Unfortunately, not every child understands how manipulative adults can be. So yeah, I worry about whatever fucking children he's talking to. I really do.
Yeah.
Okay, rant
I
over.
don't know. I just think that all social platforms, every last one of them on the globe, should be age restricted. There should not be children on any of them because it's too easy for them to get hurt or abused in this way.
Yeah. And fucking, I can't stand the bullshit of blame the parents, because there are some things that the parents can't protect their children from. I hate to say it. You can't. You have
Yeah.
to trust your children. If your children say, I'm going to somewhere that I trust, not realizing
Yeah.
they're manipulative cunts that are behind, yeah, you can't blame.
Yeah.
Because
No.
as parents, you have to give the child some form of trust. So it's basically what you're saying is, no, I'm not saying that you're blaming the parents, Rob. It was the discussion that was on Ranties this morning of blame the parents. Well, it's not the fucking parents' fault. They have to, at some point, give respect to the young person. I'm not even going to say child, because some of them might be 15, which they're on the verge of adulthood, and you have to give them that little bit of that little bit of freedom. Good afternoon. Sleeping Warrior became Sleepover Warrior. What did I miss? Yeah, we've just been ranting about Riley.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Pretty
at some
much.
point you have to start giving them that much freedom. And if you're not going to do it before they turn 18, you're going to have to keep them at home until they're 30.
Well, do you know what I'm thinking? Do you know what I'm
Yeah.
thinking? I don't
Not
know.
let them go to university until they're 25.
I don't know if many people have come out and actually made videos about Riley. But I think that has to happen now, where it's just Riley, not Riley plus other things, where it's just addressing Riley.
Yeah.
And the situation with Riley. I think that has to happen.
I think you're right. I think you're absolutely right. And kind of making an additional point about blaming parents. We can't blame parents. I agree. For the simple fact that parents have to give their children some trust. That's part of their development. That's part of their social development, and teachers do the same. We place an inordinate amount of trust in our students to learn and to do what's right and to do what's necessary to get through school. That's our job as teachers, and as part of their development as young learners.
Yeah. What I also think people should be doing, and I can't force people to do it, but I think Sleeping Warrior and anything to do with that name has to die. We need to be calling him his real name.
Yeah, and I agree with Mr. Andrade. He needs a tattoo on his forehead so everybody knows to stay away
Creeper.
from him.
Creeper. But here's the problem, Andra. He's online. This isn't happening in real life. This is happening online. So you can have all the tattoos you want on his forehead, but he's still going to be able to emotionally manipulate children on fucking TikTok because they don't see his face.
Yeah.
That's the problem. Yeah. But it's disturbing. So what I'll be doing is later on today, I will be recording something, and I will be inviting other creators to do the same thing in calling Anthony Riley out. Very clearly. Very clearly.
Absolutely. I'm going to have to give some thought and choose my words carefully and do exactly the same.
Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see if anyone takes it up, but I'm going to be doing it anyway later on today. I just haven't had the time up until now, but it's just disturbed me. Really disturbed me.
Yeah.
So let's change the subject.
Yeah. Let's do that. Sable, what would you like to talk about?
Talk about something else creepy. Love songs. Is it just me, or are they all really creepy in one way or another?
Well, yeah, they're kind of sappy and yeah.
I know Tusk isn't here, so I'll speak for Tusk. I know Tusk really loves ABBA. Really loves
he's
them.
a huge ABBA fan from what I hear.
Well, all right then. Angel Eyes by ABBA.
Ooh. Angel Eyes
is about the fact that people don't recover from love. that it is like permanent emotional damage when a relationship breaks up.
Well, I mean,
Well, yeah.
Oh,
So-
Eshi is still lurking in the chat. He says, "Best songs ever." He says.
Absolutely, Eddie. He's a closet ABBA fan. I bet you
He
he
was
spends his
going on
quiet
last night.
time.
He was going on last night, and Chris Shapley and Taddy will back me up on this. He was talking to us last night about how big of a fan he is of ABBA. Like, I've never seen, like, my mom was into ABBA, but fucking hell, Tusk is obsessed.
Ooh, does he have his own dancing queen routine?
Quite possibly.
I would love to see that.
He says he has it totally on his iPod. So literally, ABBA songs are the only thing. ABBA and Green Day are the only songs on his
Yeah.
on his iPod. And Etty says he is the dancing queen.
I
Young and
thought
sweet,
so.
only 17. And there we go again. Is that creepy or what?
That is
Bob
I
totally
mean, there are
creepy.
worse ones.
Bob
Have you
says,
heard
does ABBA have a new album out? You're going to have to ask Tusk.
Yeah, I'm sure
Have you
he'd
paid
be
any
in the
attention
know.
to the lyrics of Brown Eyed Girl? There's
I
lots
know
of
what
stuff
I'm going
about
to request from Dulcimer.
remember all the stuff about like how long ago it was when they used to mess around, making love in green grass and so on. And then there's the line, I saw you just the other day, my, how you have grown. It's like, that makes the whole thing really and creepy, dude.
Colon says, "What's this? Someone's trying to take my lurking title." Here's the thing. It depends on you. You can make anything creepy. You can make anything fucking It depends on. There was a guy who would take a song. I can't remember. I genuinely can't remember. And what he would do is he would take a song and play it in like different genres. If anyone knows who I'm talking about, throw it into the chat because I can't remember. But he would play a song in different genres just to show how creepy it might become. What was the Phil Collins song?
Which one? He's done so many. In the Air Tonight?
Probably. No, there was another one. I don't think it was Phil Collins. Hang on. Keep talking. I will remember this in a minute.
Okay.
All right. Don't You Want Me, Baby? Let me just rephrase the lyrics of that one. If I rephrase the lyrics of that, tell me this is not an accurate rephrasing. Listen to it, bitch. You were nothing before I found you. You'd be nothing without me. And I can fucking take away everything you have. Everything you have because of me. If I want to take it back, I will. You don't get to tell me it's over. I'll tell you when it's over. You understand me? That is what he's actually saying in that song. And people think it's romantic. It scares the hell out of me.
Yeah, what? Yeah, hang on. Christ. Sorry. What was? I'm still trying to think of the song, and it's fucking doing my head in now.
Keep thinking. I'm sure you'll find it.
I'm sure I will.
My girl, this relationship is causing me to have delusions and hallucinations, and I'm happy about that.
Another Day in Paradise. You'll Be in My Heart. One More Night.
Every Breath You Take. The Police.
Every
That's what it
Breath
was.
You Take.
That's what it
Yeah,
was.
I think that one
That
was
was
creepy on
literally
purpose.
about stalking someone. That was
Was
literally
that
about
Phil
stalking someone.
Collins?
No, it wasn't. It
That was
was
the
the police.
police. Funny that. We were just
Yeah.
talking about Anthony Riley. Now we're talking about the police saying, every breath you take, I'll be watching you.
And just as I say that, Taddy was like, why do people have Every Breath You Take as their wedding song? It is so fucking creepy.
Yeah.
Yeah, Stalker Anthem is right, Rob. Stalker fucking...
Yeah.
Dora, I'll be watching you. Absolutely. Stalker Anthem to the extreme.
I wonder if Riley wears his sunglasses at night.
He probably wears them indoors too.
Yeah.
He's one of those. Like, if I wear my sunglasses, they won't even notice I'm here. Probably one of these people who believes that he can become invisible. Ugh. Um,
All right. Just no living without loving you. Remember that one?
no, because I'm not a boomer.
Actually, that was in a song that Celine Dion sang. So,
Yeah, see, I'm not a boomer.
hi.
Actually, Rolling Stones magazine has actually published a list of the 20 love songs you never want to hear again.
How are you, Gary? Good to see you, man.
Now listen here, young lady. I don't appreciate being called a boomer.
You listen to
I don't
Celine
like
Dion, you're a
being-
boomer. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, the truth hurts. Gary. What do you think about Anthony Riley saying he pretends to be a child to talk to children on TikTok? Do you think that's as fucked up as we think it is? I know you do. Also, what is your favorite stalker love song? Because it's just funny. We're talking about love songs that could be conceived as or perceived as stalkerish. Yeah, every breath you take for me is just it. Because that's literally about stalking someone. I don't know. What else?
Well, yeah, if the really popular love songs, are presumably so successful because a lot of people heard them and thought, yes, that is exactly what it's like. That's how I feel. Finally, someone understands. Because they did accurately describe it, even though what they're actually describing is a cliche that, like, at the moment, probably 5 billion living people have experienced.
Another stalker song would be Blondie, one way or another. Although it's a cracking song, it is about stalking people. Yes, see, the first one he comes up with, every breath you take, it is fucking creepy. Mr. Andra, I'm a boomer and no Celine Dion near me. Okay, not all boomers like Celine Dion, but anyone who likes Celine Dion is a boomer. Sorry. No offense.
So, what, you prefer Meatloaf?
Meatloaf is awesome, but also boomer.
Oh, he is not. My father's boomer generation, and he hates them both.
Right.
And
Again,
he hates everything.
Again,
He's
the
Francis
point.
from Left 4 Dead.
But the point is not you. You're a boomer, so you like them. The point is, anyone who likes them is a boomer. I'm joking, by the way, because I listen to the Beatles and like Boomer Central.
Yeah, you're a boomer, therefore you probably like Celine Dion. Is actually an ad hominem, isn't it?
Little bit.
Then again, you like
What
Celine
is the
Dion,
truth?
therefore you're probably a boomer. Is also an ad hom.
Why can't fucking chatty? I don't do TikTok. No, Gary. The point of it was, he said that he was pretending to be a child on TikTok in order to talk to children about flat Earth. We think that's fucked up. We just not that he wants to talk about flat Earth, although that's fucked up in its own right. But the fact that he would pretend to be a child on TikTok in order to talk to children—that's what's fucked up about it. Taddy says, "What came first, Celine Dion or Les Mis?" Boomer. Difference with Les Mis. Les Mis is a classic. Les Mis is a classic. Is trying to be a boomer. Am I trying to be a boomer? I don't know. There's a difference between classic and boomer. Celine Dion is not a classic because Celine Dion has tried to be a musician or a singer in like the 21st century and fucking failed because she was so old. No offense. She has a great voice. Not gonna say anything. And
I think what's really boomer, what's really, really boomer, is New York, New bloody motherfucking York. The city I'm so sick of hearing about twice.
Fucking I just want to say, being a boomer and liking these things because you're a boomer doesn't mean that they're not good performers, by the way. I'm not saying Celine Dion is shit. I'm just saying anyone who listens to Celine Dion is a boomer. That's different. I'm not saying that as a negative thing. I'm just stating the obvious. I refer to you, my syntax error. No, I don't care. Throw your arms around me by hunters and collectors.
Oh, I forget the name now.
So Gary wants to see Sleeping Warriors thing. There you go.
Okay, there you go.
There you go.
What do you think of that, Gary? Be honest.
Have a good read. And this is not to catch you out, by the way. I'm not trying to catch you out. No. I'm just trying to warn you that this is what Sleeping Warrior has been putting out. He is pretending to be a child to talk to children on TikTok.
That's right. And this is an influential person within your Flat Earth community. So you should know what's going on with this idiot.
Maybe not, because who gives a fuck about Sleeping Warrior? But
yeah,
I just want to let you know.
It has repercussions. It has repercussions throughout the Flat Earth community.
You're basically going to be branded the same way as this cunt. So just be careful, man. Just be careful. And yeah, I would like to get your initial thoughts on it, because yikes.
Hey Kathy, I got the sheet music for It's All Coming Back to Me Now, and transcribed it and adjusted all the timings to match when Celine Dion is singing it in the studio album version of it that I have, so that I could try to sing along in a karaoke game. And while doing that, I discovered that she did not do it in one pass. There are places where you can hear her start singing one line before she finishes singing the line before. It's blended lines. And when I sang along, I had to do it all in one go. So I'm claiming to be better than Celine Dion.
You mean she edited it? Which is like a normal recording procedure?
So when you say that Celine Dion is shite, I have to agree with you, because apparently I'm better than she is. And well, you know.
Yeah, I don't think you can blame Celine Dion for that, though, to be honest.
I have issues.
That's stuff that happens in post-production. Yeah, she very well did do it in one take.
But I have issues with people saying music is a certain thing of music is shite, because, you know, music taste is subjective, and therefore what is shit to one person is amazing to another. And it's the way in which our experiences relate to the music or the words that's been that's been made. So I don't like saying something outright is shite, because it's subjective. And I had this argument out with Tusk last night, you know. So if I say something is shite and you say no it's not, does that mean it's good? No. I'm just saying it's not shite because it's subjective. And
I think everybody likes the music that was played a lot when they were a certain age.
Yeah. Pretending to be a child to talk to kids is just as bad as shouting at kids' playground and calling it the bit. Actually, Bob Nodell's Gyroscope, I believe it's worse. I believe it's worse because you're not pretending to be a child in order to get your ideas across. It's predatory behavior to pretend to be a child to talk to a child. Whereas what douchebag Magoo over there, fucking Thompson, did was he went as himself, showed how fucking batshit crazy he is and ignorant and stupid, and just. But what Sleeping Warrior is doing is predatory behavior. He is pretending to be a child to talk to children. That is infinitely worse than showing up at a school and saying, the earth is flat.
Yeah. And to be proud of that he's doing it, that's what makes it worst of all.
I love Etty. Death to all but metal. Can I ask, Etty, has Tusk stolen your phone?
I would think so.
I think so. But we all know Tusk likes ABBA, so it must be Etty.
That's right.
Basic Drake says, I agree, Crafty, but country is shite. Depends on the depends on the artist, depends on the song.
There is a thing I have noticed, a sort of a long trend in music rather than the kind of trend that gets mentioned in magazines. That, like, my father still has ABBA's Greatest Hits Volume 2 on vinyl from back in the 70s. And on the inside of it's a fold-open sleeve, not just a sleeve. Mm-hmm. On the inside of the front cover it has credits for like 4 violinists, 6 guitarists, the harp player, 2 flautists, and all the other actual musicians playing actual instruments on those songs. And then you get to, things kind of simplified down to lead guitar, bass guitar, and drums and singer. Sometimes there's Iron Maiden at least have rhythm guitar as well as bass and lead.
Mm-hmm.
And then after a while, you start finding these bands where they couldn't find anyone who could actually play, a full 6-string guitar. So they only have the bass and the drums, or rhythm and bass, as the case may be, because they couldn't find a drummer. And then you get sort of the lead vocalist, the drummer, and the bass guitarist. Only the drummer gets replaced with a Roland 808, because to play drums you do have to be able to count.
Yes.
And then you've got the drum machine that's just playing a couple of bars on loop, and you've got the bass guitarist who is always the sensible guy who keeps the rest of the band kind of sane, and you've got the sort of person who fronts a band who is always nuts. And they can't stand each other, and eventually the bass guitarist leaves, and you have just one guy shouting at his own drum machine.
Yeah, pretty
I've
much.
also noticed that once upon a time, you used to have to actually hit notes to be considered a singer.
Hitting notes. That's a hard one. That's a hard one.
Vera Lynn, she could actually hit and hold notes. May not have the most beautiful singing voice, but she could sing.
So could ABBA.
True. Charlotte Church, age 8.
Charlotte Church was amazing.
Before she started smoking.
Yeah.
Could really hit and hold notes. And they let her get a bit carried away with a couple of Christmas carols once, and she just went, hey, guess how many octaves I can go up? And still hit notes, like 4 octaves up. Rob Park says that's what auto-tune is for. Auto-tune is for when you want to talk like a Cyberman and say together we can upgrade the galaxy.
Yikes.
You request an alliance? Request denied! Pew, pew.
Oh, that was, I swear to God, that standoff between Cybermen and Daleks was the best. You think you can beat the Cybermen with 4 Daleks? We could beat the Cybermen with 1 Dalek. Sorry, that was
dumb. This is not law. This is pest control.
Sorry. Yeah, we're quoting Doctor Who right now for anyone that is absolutely fucking lost. But yeah, that was a great fucking
worse than auto-tune is the ones who don't bother with auto-tune or hitting notes. But to go back to a love song, when it's cold outside, I got the month of May. I guess you'd say, what will make me feel this way? My girl. Talking about my girl. Like, cheer the fuck up or get angry about it or something.
Am I lost on a nerd channel? Yes, you are, Dora. Yes, you are.
Yep.
Get used to it.
Yeah,
it's fun.
It's
See, this is the point of this show, hon. You never know what we're going to discuss. And before we go back into talking about stuff and things, I am going to bring this up. Where is it? Have fun.
And there you go, folks. Spot the Taddy Goat. Find him. Where is he?
Teddy goat. It is a teddy goat. So people that don't know about the goat, Taddy designed it, or stole it from somewhere. I don't know, but that's it's go time.
It certainly is, Fred. Go find him.
Spot the goat. Spot the goat. Don't spot the goat, baby.
It's not actually as creepy. That's just someone whose relationship has suddenly hit the rocks and who wants to know why.
If I could sing, I'd actually record that and make it the theme song for the Spot the Goat.
No, you fucking wouldn't. I like
Spot
the
the goat,
intro.
don't spot the goat, baby.
Stop
Spot
trying
the
to
goat,
change
don't
our intros, damn it. Stop trying
Caddy,
to
is
change
it?
it.
It's in a whiskey bottle. No.
That was earlier. We got it out of the whiskey bottle and then hit it.
I'm still waiting for Crafty to give us a tomboy bar background. It's just going to be a couple of planks across a pair of tree stumps, or
Hey, what?
a tree stump and a boulder with just up in the hills somewhere, with like 5,000 sheep in the background. Spot the goat.
No, sorry,
arranged.
Rob.
That could be arranged. I have friends who I have a friend who has fucking Connacht Fourhorns sheep, and they look very similar to goats, but they're not goats. And so every time I would help her feed them or help her with her fencing, I would be like, "How's your goats doing?" She'd fucking go mad. It was so funny.
Actually, there is a tomboy cafe I know of that you might like, way at the top of Oberbergtal. There's this little tiny chapel, which, may as well burn down as far as I'm concerned. And next to it is this little wooden hut, chalet type thing, with a bunch of picnic tables outside. And the woman who was running it when I went up there, try to imagine Daisy Duke, but she's wearing full-length jeans, not cut-off jean shorts. And she's been physically throwing alpine cattle out of the kitchen on a daily basis since she was 6. Like, she looks like she can bench press about 300 pounds.
No, Rob. Sorry. Nope. Try again. Yeah.
Come on, I made it super easy this time, guys. Come on.
Don't be telling them that.
It's okay to make it super easy when I'm on.
Yeah, but I mean, you're one of those people who can actually find it. There's people out there like who was it that keeps getting upset that they can't
Everyone.
Yeah.
Wow.
Everyone
we have a demon orb in the chat.
Rage quits because look, Critical Cripple isn't in the chat anymore. He was here like when we started or before we started, and then he threw a rage quit because he couldn't find it. Same with Stephen from Cider and Port. Just
Maybe his yoga ball burst again.
Yeah. Still the funniest video I've ever seen.
I know. We have a demon orb. Yay.
Hey, demon. It's up above Crafty pretending to be a toucan.
No, that's not it.
You mean the toucan? People like me who hasn't got a clue. Oh, Fred, do you actually want to come on? Is it something that you would want to do? Because I know Dora doesn't want to talk to us. She hates us for some reason.
I wish Dora would come on. I think it'd be a blast.
Why don't you love us, Dora? Why don't you love us?
Yeah, come on, Dora. We'd love to have you on.
Or a phone. Or something. Voodoo Inquisitor has just come in. Hello, Voodoo.
Well, hello.
Is that
Carl Everett votes for Fred?
Is that a skull in your picture, Voodoo Inquisitor? I don't know. I don't know whether it's a skull or a dress. I don't know. Fred Beatty doesn't know if he wants to talk to us now. It is a skull. Okay, great. But I can spot it even when it's revealed.
Oh, you can find them.
Yeah.
It's the little grey thing with the 4 legs and the 2 ears and the 2 horns and the eyes and this big silly grin on the front and the little tail.
Yeah, it's a
You
goat.
just have to look for that.
It's just a goat. Just look. It's fine. You'll find it. You'll find it. Clive, dude, come on, find the goat. Find the goat. You're here every week, and you never find the goat. Come on. I know you can speak on stream. I seen you on Roxy's. Ruining her question. He spent
Uh-huh.
20 minutes. He spent 20 minutes on one question, and then like she asked him the second question. He was like, "No, I'm not discussing that." Like a two-word sentence. Like, shame, Clive. Shame. That is about philosophy more than it is about anything else. But it was just funny to watch Clive on it. He's like, "Nope, nope. I'm not willing to discuss that." Damn it, Clive. I want him on just solely so I can pick on him on stream.
Come on, Clive.
He was
You
in
know
he
you
was in
want to
on
come on.
he was in Ion Society last night doing this because we were talking about freedom of speech, and he was like, "Message deleted by Crafty Keeler." No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. It was funny. It was good to have you there, mate. It really was. Is the goat on the beer taps?
Nope.
The goat is drinking a liquor at the back there.
Nope.
The goat wishes.
Do goats drink
Well,
liquor?
it is. It is a tatty goat, so it's probably drinking all the time.
Is it on the handle on the taps, lads? It's more obvious than that. It is more
Yeah.
obvious than that. Hashtag stop censoring Clive. No.
We don't censor Clive. We want him to open up.
Any word on Roxy lately? She did do a stream on what's the other one? Twitch. She did do a stream last week, I think, on Twitch. So she's doing okay, I think. She's just concentrating, as far as I'm aware, she's concentrating on real life. I don't know. But she was on Twitch last week. I got the notification, but I was in work, so I couldn't watch it. Damn it! Damn it! Come on, folks. See, this is why you should be making it easier, because when it's easier, they can't see for shit.
That's right.
See, Voodoo Inquisitor has it right here. Yeah. But there is an actual goat. There is an actual goat in the picture that you have to that you have to find. Yeah, she's taking a break from being away from YouTube for a while. I don't blame her, because it's bullshit. Is it just under the TV screen? The right TV screen? Nope.
No.
More obvious than that, Rob. Come on. Not that difficult. Come on. Is it in... Oh!
Under the L in Flipside, we have a winner.
Yay!
We have a winner. Demon Orb has found him. Right there. See how easy that was, folks? So, Demon, you going to be on next week?
Yep. It has to be. Them's the rules. Them's the rules. Yay, Damon!
Awesome. Just going to make a quick note of that so I can prepare the screen for next week.
Yes. Cool. Right. We'll have to finish up in the next like 5-10 minutes, because I have to go and do a stream on Agree to Disagree and watch cats fail and laugh.
No worries.
Well, I'll try
no
not
worries.
laugh.
Watching cats fail?
Yeah, he's doing isochrone dating, and he has to explain it within 10 minutes, and it's going to be funny, because he won't be able to do that in 10 minutes.
Is recording yourself explaining it normally and then playing that back at double speed considered cheating?
Yes. No, it's going to be an interesting talk. So he does have a debate against what's his face, T-Rock. T-Rock seems to be a nice enough person. But yeah, isochrone dating over on Agree to Disagree. Actually, what I will do is I will do that. And then I'll put it in the chat. So anyone that does want to have a look at Cats Fail to explain isochrone dating in 10 minutes, by all means, come over. Voodoo Inquisitor for 5 quid says, enjoy the day. Thank you very much. I definitely will. I really, really appreciate it. So, right, my day is going to consist of, after this, I go to Agree to Disagree. And then I watch Creaky fail at being live, because nothing ever happens with Creaky unless there's something like, you can't have a stream that goes okay. And it's amusing. It's amusing.
It is. It is.
That is my day, I think.
Yeah, he's started to do streams during the week,
I know.
during my day. So finally, I have a chance to get in on creaky
Fucking
streams.
7 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, it's like 1 o'clock in the afternoon for me. So it's right around when I'm just finishing up my lunch. So
It makes me sad.
it's
It makes
great. It's
me
great.
sad. No, 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 no. Not cool. Anyway, yeah. So anyone that wants to stalk me today, you're more than welcome, I suppose. Reason, do you want to drop your link into the chat?
For my premiere, which is coming up at 8:15. I know I mentioned yesterday on my stream that there might not be a video today, but I did manage to get one out. So here is the link, and I hope all of you can make it out. It's not very long. It's only about 8 minutes long, but I love the
Okay.
interaction in the side chat.
Daddy says people can't live stream properly. Wow, what a surprise. I can't live stream properly unless it's on fucking StreamYard. And even that I sometimes fuck up. That is why I have a tatty.
Yeah.
Yeah, see?
You should
My
go
heart
check
beats.
mine out. Go check mine out, Taddy, from yesterday. I produced all myself in OBS. Went great.
I don't produce. That's why I have a tatty. That's why I have a tatty. So he can do it
I-
all because
I-
he knows what he's doing, ish.
I learned from a Taddy. So
Mr. Andra says, Creaky is a blast. 7 a.m. is late for him. Yeah, he gets up at like 6 a.m. or something. Yes. Crafty Can Tech, as usual. You should have seen last night. There was something that happened last night that I was trying to find, and I just couldn't find it. It sucked. I had, right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I have 15 tabs open. High IQ research.
jeez. High IQ research. See, Taddy, score knows the score. You got that.
Absolutely. Right, people, we have to start winding up. Sableagle, where can people find you? What do you do? What have you got coming up? What are you looking forward to?
People can find me wandering around the moors like a lost soul making videos of the wrong stream.
Okay.
What I've got coming up is one interview for a job. I have a whole lot of gardening to do and some pear tree seedlings to plant out. What I'm looking forward to is watching one of these idiots walking across the lava in Iceland finally get burned so people will stop doing that.
Wait, explain this? What?
On the southwest peninsula of Iceland, where the mid-Atlantic rift comes in at the tip of the peninsula, it goes along the center of it, and then goes northeast into the main part of Iceland, there is a volcano that's been active since March, where the rift opened and magma started coming out onto the surface. And it's come out of multiple vents and flowed multiple directions, and it's settled down on one vent. It's been slowly building up to become a shield volcano like Mauna Loa. But because the lava flows one way for a few days and then diverts and flows somewhere else, and then diverts and flows somewhere else, it's over time in the long term, it averages out to a nice, even, conical shield volcano. But in the short term, you have sort of very recent lava flow in one direction, week-old lava flow somewhere else, and 2-week-old lava flow somewhere else. And the lava has flowed across the paths that people were walking along to get close to see the vent. And then a few days after it stops flowing across there, once the crust has solidified and thickened, people walk across it to carry on going up there. And
yeah, I kind of want to do that. I'm so sorry.
there's a valley to the south where it has filled the valley, and the footpath that used to go along the ridge up the west side of the valley is cut in two places by lava. Well, there were people's headlamps on that footpath beyond the lava last night. And the footpath that goes up to the east side of the valley to go across and get a look at the vent from the next ridge over is still there. And people go up the left side to look at the lava there, and then walk across the middle of the valley, right across all the lava, rather than coming back and going around the bottom.
Nice.
So far, they've all got away with it. And somebody's going to say, well, if they all got away with it, it can't be a stupid thing to do, can it?
I kind of want to do that. I'm sorry. I kind of want to do that. I know I'm stupid, but I don't care. Right. So say goodbye, people. We will be
Yeah.
back next week on Steaming Cup of Reasons channel.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and it'll be fun. It'll be fun.
Yeah, and don't forget next Saturday we're back live on my channel. So looking forward to another great stream.
Yeah.
No, I'll talk to you all again in 2 weeks when I spot the goat next week.
Well, there is talk about changing the rules to once a month, but I don't know.
We will discuss and inform as in due time.
Yes. So
New rule:
folks,
anyone who likes Celine Dion isn't allowed on more than once in 6 months.
yeah,
Absolutely.
boomers can fuck off. No, I'm joking. I like boomers. They're fun.
All right. Crafty's
We'll
got
talk
a
to you
show to get
later.
to.
Yeah.
I want to have something quick before my premiere. So let's say goodbye and we'll see you all next week.
Bye, people.
Bye.
Stay safe and fuck Sleeping Warrior. Not literally.
Absolutely.
Fuck 'em.
Absolutely.